Sit back and tune in. Let's explore a sexy moment. Your favorite club in Toronto is now live, so listen to the show. Dance, flirt, play in the X Club. Your fantasies in the X Club. Dance, flirt, play in the X Club. Your fantasies in the X Club.
Welcome to Taboo in Toronto. Wow, we got a little episode here for you guys for our first vlog of the X-Files, starring our fantastic new hosts. We'll get to them in a second. The lovely Lynn, the lovely Darren. They're going to be the host of our new vlog and podcast, The X-Files. So where are we today? We're at the International Centre in Mississauga, Toronto area. We're at the Taboo show, where there's about 300 vendors, there's performances, there's a main stage, and so many great people have been coming by. And we happen to have an X-Club booth here. And we've had a lot of fun last night, and we've got another day and two. And these guys, the second episode, they're going to go around and talk to some of the vendors here and show you some excellent toys and gifts that you might want to get your loved ones at Christmas. But without further ado, the new hosts of the X-Files, okay? We're so excited to have you. We've got so much in store, and one thing I'm going to ask about who are you guys? However, I'm going to ask Darren to let the audience know who Crystal is.
Oh my.
What Crystal is, who Crystal is. Okay, that's a great question. I gotta come back to you. Is it who is Crystal to me, or who is she to?
I would say to you.
To me. She is. Wow, that's a deep question. Okay, so Crystal to me is just the new light in my life. That's what she is. She is an energy that I've never had before. I don't know.
You're gonna get all emotional.
Oh, God.
Babe, you don't cry on episode 1. We saved that for episode 5.
She's honest to God, like she's an amazing spirit. She's a ball of energy. She's a firecracker. She keeps us going. She keeps our life fun, entertaining. There's always the next level that we're always trying to obtain together, and that's what she always brings to the table.
Your partner in crime as well. I see that all the time with you guys.
Time. She is my fiance.
Yes, so we will get to that in a second.
Yeah.
But Crystal, then why don't you tell the audience about your man to your right?
I mean, I couldn't be more proud of this man. I kind of like threw a lifestyle. I threw the lifestyle, but I threw a lifestyle at him and went, hey, if you're signing up for this, you also have to sign up for the following things. And which would normally scare some people away, but he has embraced it. He's always up for all my crazy adventures. So fun, and everyone just loves him. He's so caring, and I get to have that every day, so I'm happy. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell the audience about you guys as a couple. The energy that you bring, to the X Club, which is the premier sexy social club in North America, we like to call it. The energy that you guys bring and the magnetism and the draw that you have for other couples, especially newer couples that are coming into the club for the first time. You guys bring a certain energy and a certain compassion, and you never pressure anybody. You kind of give them the good, the bad, the ugly of everything, and you're just so genuine. You're always willing to help out, and so excited that you guys are going to share your journey as well as be a sounding board to so many people that are going to be watching this vlog and the podcast. So you guys are fantastic, and you're such great ambassadors for the club. And when we talk about the club, it's not just the club that you guys are going to be focusing in on. It's almost like the Taboo show, which is everything under one roof.
Yes,
there's clothing,
absolutely.
there's shopping, there's seminars, there's educational things for couples and singles. You guys are going to bring that to the audience in a fun way. Let me ask you this. How was your first conversation with your mate about the lifestyle?
Well, kind of like what I touched on earlier. Like I kind of threw it at him, and I said, "This is the package. There's going to be a lot coming. Like especially being a manager of a lifestyle club, you're not just signing up to a certain type of lifestyle, but there's also the aspect of the publicity of it too. Like I'm going to be meeting people. I'm going to be dragging you along and meeting people. But it's almost like it's not even business anymore. Like it's just what we do. And like I love, like we talked about newbies. I love meeting new people, introducing them to the club, and he's just fallen right into queue with me, and we love it.
Well, you guys have been representing the club and the lifestyle basically all over the world now in this short journey. our good friends at LLV, Luxury Lifestyle Vacations.
Yeah.
The cruise that you were on in the summer in Italy and Croatia with other couples.
Amazing.
Tell us a little about LLV and about your journey on that trip.
There's like the attention to detail that LLV puts into their trips is beyond, like I don't even think I could properly ever describe it. It's phenomenal.
Claudia and Pepe, they have an amazing crew. They are very energetic.
When they call themselves Luxury Lifestyle Vacations, that's like pinpoint to exactly what they are. Like
Very nice.
It is top notch travel, the experiences, the entertainment, the people, the food, everything about it is above and beyond. Like that is.
And they cater to couples, correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so I've been on a few of their trips as well, and they're fantastic. I was lucky to go and meet them in southern Spain. As a single gentleman, they stuck me in, so I was well behaved, of course, but they're a fantastic
Whatever.
hosts, and it's a great time seeing them. So what's other travel places that you guys have gone to as a couple in the lifestyle?
Our first trip would have been TTR.
Temptations. That's kind of where I almost
Popped your cherry.
Popped his lifestyle
Yep.
cherry. Was bringing him. I had been on the trip when we first started dating, and he was watching all my photos online, and he was like, "Can you take me there?" And we pretty much came home and booked the next trip, and we went 5 weeks later. And here's this guy buying theme outfits. I got him in a thong.
I've seen it before. I'm still having flashbacks.
I'm like,
but-
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
You've
You're
come
welcome.
so far.
You're welcome.
And then we got some exciting trips coming up as
We're
well.
we're going to Hito.
January.
You and I have been there.
Yeah.
He hasn't, so we get to
Pop his cherry.
Pop his
Yeah.
cherry at
Cherry
Hito.
again.
We got the Canadian Lifestyle Takeover
right.
and
Yep.
Temptations.
We
That's
get to
going to
go
be a
back there in
gong show.
November.
And,
500 Canadians going down to
That's gonna be
Mexico, taking
fantastic.
over. Yeah.
I can't wait.
Miami.
Miami,
yeah,
back with
so-
LLV.
Well, that's the one thing about this lifestyle, and that's what we kind of promote at the X Club of our motto: dance, flirt, play. Couples can go there just to dance in our luxury nightclub area. They can come flirt amongst themselves and go home. But if they want to play, we do offer that 5,000
Yeah.
square feet of playrooms.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's been amazing.
And you guys are great with new couples. You love giving tours, or you're always kind of raising your hand to do something with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what's been your highlight of the show this week? You were here last night. Did you see or meet anybody that kind of stuck out in your mind?
I bought this, or we bought this.
Wow,
Yes.
beautiful. I do love
I think
it.
it's a I wish I would actually known the name of them. There's a European something. They're right by the stage. He just kept telling me, he goes, just tell them I'm by the stage. You'll find it. This is beautiful.
Gorgeous.
I'm like a little
Absolutely
disco ball.
gorgeous.
Yeah. Some of the other vendors that we like the live dolls.
The live
Those
dolls,
are very
we're gonna go check
interesting.
those out. The-
We're gonna check that
The
out.
Bad Dragons, those look
Bad
interesting.
Dragons.
That's going to be the next episode with you guys going to some of these crazy
Yeah.
vendors and showing the audience some of the things that they have.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
amazing just to see how much traction we got here yesterday. All the new people and so interested in seeing the club. You know, we talked to so many people yesterday already.
Nice.
So
Yeah, there's
that,
so
was,
many.
that was the highlight for me. It was just being here and with the DJ pumping and just the atmosphere. It was like being at home, but here at the convention center at the same time.
Well, we mimicked the club as best we could at a convention or at this big show, and there's so many new couples that came up. What advice do you give to new couples, Darren? You're relatively new in this.
Yeah. After we left here, we went back to the club yesterday. We met a great brand new couple. They were been together for 20 years. First time at the club. Open to how nervous they were. So I was just, when you come into the club, talk before you climb in. Talk what your expectations are. I said, and when you're at the club, even when you leave, talk about how it went. And it's okay to be upset because you thought something was okay and it turned out it wasn't. Take your time.
Or even the opposite, some things that you weren't
Yeah.
okay with, all of a sudden when you're in that situation, you kind of work through it, and all of a sudden you're like, actually, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing that we always tell newbies is you communicate before, communicate during, and then almost like a debrief after.
Yeah.
Because as much as you put rules in place, they're going to change and they're going to bend, or you're going to open up and expand.
Yeah, and it's something that every couple in the lifestyle is going to deal with. This is something we deal with. Like it's a practice that has to be every single day of your life. Especially when you're going out to social gatherings. Like you always got to have that. And your boundaries are always. It's like a wave. It's always going to
Always
fluctuate.
change and fluctuate, and communication's key. And speaking of that, Crystal, can you give a female perspective of some of the new couples that come in, what you kind of advice that you give to the female half of the partners?
There's nothing more that I enjoy more than watching a woman walk through those doors scared as shit, deer in the headlights. I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm nervous about my body. I can't show this. And whether it's night 1 or night 5, just watching their growth, slowly they become a little bit more confident. They become a little more sexy. Next thing you know, the girl's on the pole and she's just like dancing, and her husband's looking at her differently than he's ever 20 years. We saw it last night. He was looking at her differently than he'd ever looked at her. You would have talked to them like even like last week or 5 years ago. If he would have been proud of her dancing on a pole, he would have been like, shut your mouth, that's my lady. But last night watching, even just in an hour's time, them just like break free and just be so comfortable.
They got them to a really interesting new spot for their
I
life.
love it.
You know?
I love it.
was
Well, that's
great.
what it's all about, because a lot of misconception is you walk into a club like ours and a big orgy breaks out as soon as you walk, and it's not the case. And it gets back to the motto of dance, flirt, play. It's a little bit for everybody to do their own thing if they want.
Absolutely.
But that's a great point that you bring up about what the females.
Well, we have this one couple, and they started coming last year. Again, new to all of this, and they still touch base with me even a year later, and they always like thank me or thank us, and I'm like, don't thank us, like thank the club for giving you this platform. But they both say to me, I've been with this man or I've been with this woman for so many years, but our relationship's so different now. Our love is so different now. Our sex is so different now. Even adding in different people or not, it's changed everything and reignited. It's almost like they're dating again.
Yes, and it empowers a lot of women to feel sexy and to you know, they might have 3 kids at home and they don't get out much, but when they come to the club or a lifestyle place, they kind of leave that behind.
It's just so amazing watching people bloom into something
one of
probably
my
they
favorite.
didn't.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts too. And so, you know, the other part is, I was going to say, with what you guys are going to bring to the table is that authenticity, because, you know, like I said, you're going to tell the audience of what it's like, the good, like I said, the bad, and sometimes the ugly. So what advice do you have for people that the ugly part could be the jealousy factor? Of course, it's going to creep in. What have you guys been through in the jealousy factor, and what advice do you give other couples?
It happens.
It happens.
It happens.
And it's going to happen even though you try to make it not happen. Like, it's always going to happen. Something's always going to pop up. You have to just keep talking about it. And that's the only way.
I think the hardest part is, like, you don't know when it's going to, like, there's not a specific thing. Like, we're open to say single men. We like single men. But it could be that one specific single man that all of a sudden will just set him off. And I don't understand. So we have to communicate why. Or it could be anything. A couple that I like, he doesn't like.
We've got to the point, even with us, where it's like, instead of being challenged in that scenario, in that moment, we kind of just let, you know, hey babe, off the table. She won't question in that moment. She knows that
We're going to talk about this
we're
later.
going to talk about it later.
But right now
it'd
is
be a
not the
good
time.
Yeah, it'd be a good conversation. No one's mad. No one's upset, you know? So, well, okay, got your cue. And then sometimes, which is so weird, sometimes, for me, I'd be like, I want this to be a yes scenario, but there's something in me that is not allowing it. And I can't even say why that's the case. It's just, I'm like, not feeling it.
And that should be good enough answer, right? And you shut it down, and it's part of that debrief you talk about. You have a wine or a coffee the next day and talk about it, right?
Jealousy is like a weird, like, I don't know, I find it's like almost like a weird phrase in lifestyle. Like, I found like I was more jealous in the vanilla world than I am now. It's not a jealousy feeling. It might be just like an off feeling that I'm having.
Little
Not
grind,
necessarily.
yeah.
Like, it's not necessarily, I wouldn't label it as jealousy, but again, that comes with experience and just going with it.
Well, that's awesome. And you know what? We're going to do one thing, because you guys are taking the show over. I wanted to introduce the audience to you guys as the owner of the X Club, and really look forward to see where this journey goes. We're gonna do 2 episodes a month of this. You guys are going to bring some fantastic guests on. Before we part ways, and I'm going to leave so you guys can end this little segment, because you guys are taking this over. I got a little gift for you both for kind of starting this off, and I got it here at the Sex Show, okay?
I can only imagine what.
What do we get?
Okay, put your hand in there, Darren, and tuck out your gift, okay?
For you, look.
Yes. You can when you pull it out.
Oh, God.
So this is a stand I got for you guys for a romantic night. It's called Wicks with Dicks. So it's
Dicks with Wick.
Oh, Dicks with Wick. So they got a booth around the corner. Lady is
Light
so
up a
nice.
dick with a wick, and your
Yes.
night will never be ordinary. Oh.
Perfect. So next time you guys have a romantic interlude, I want you to light that, and I want you
every
to
day,
think
Jake.
of me.
I appreciate that, Jake.
Okay. On that note,
every
you
time
guys
I
are
light
going
a
to
dick.
finish this off. Folks, Darren and Crystal, they're taking over from here. Take it easy.
All right, so probably not much more to say. We're going to have episode 2 coming up, where we're going to go around. We're going to interview some of the vendors. We're going to show you some really cool things that are going on here. There's a lot of cool stuff here. We're looking forward to bringing you the X-Files. You follow us on Instagram. I think it's X Club Toronto on Instagram. Facebook, we've got a Facebook private group, the X Club. TheXClub.net is our website. Reach out to us anytime. If you have any questions, we're here to answer everything for you. Okay? Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
Show, dance, flirt, play in the X Club. You're